Right, YouTube, it's Shadow King Nazru, and I'm here to give my review of Resident Evil Apocalypse. So we start off the movie with the hazmat team investigating the hive to see just what happened, and much like their own special ops team, they weren't prepared for it and get killed by a bunch of zombies. Yeah, seems like working for Umbrella is not a smart choice. Then we get introduced to Jill Valentine, who in this movie universe is a suspended stars member, and apparently her partner was Leon S. Kennedy, my favorite Resident Evil character, who according to the Raccoon Times is dead. Thanks, Paul W.S. Anderson. I'm just so glad that you killed my favorite Resident Evil character before he could even be shown on the movie screen. Great job. And we then see that Jill shows up at the police station unannounced in civilian clothing and shoots all the zombies that were supposedly being held by the cops as they thought they were criminals. Wow, that's probably why it's that kind of behavior that got her suspended. And I'm also surprised that the police didn't shoot her back, as they clearly didn't realize that she was a police until after she's finished shooting everybody. Then apparently Jill knows about the zombies, so one would think that the Archway Mansion incident happened in this movie universe, but nope. And that's too bad, because that would have actually given a good explanation for this sort of behavior. Then we cut to Alice redoing her waking up and being naked and walking through Raccoon City. And we see that Umbrella has set up a wall for the evacuation of the city and is trying to do some crowd control. And we also get to see that Carlos and his fellow STARS members, that's the Special Task and Rescue Squad, try to rescue a girl who is infected, but she commits suicide. Now, if she was just going to commit suicide, she might as well have just done that in the first place and spared Carlos and the others the trouble of trying to rescue her from zombies. And then we get to introduce to Dr. Ashford, who is nothing like the insane Mr. Ashford, who had a sister and went insane and tried to cross-dress like her while trying to kill Claire, or like his sister Alexia Ashford, who became infected with the Veronica virus and became a super-powered infectee who could mutate and even shoot fire powers. No. This is just one of those characters like, hey, we'll give this character the name of a video game character, but nothing else. No backstory, no character development, or blah blah blah. Just a name. Great. And apparently Dr. Ashford is looking for his daughter, whom the Red Queen was modeled after. Apparently he didn't do a good job because she looks completely different, mainly because it's a different actress, but whatever. And Alice has a flashback of Umbrella injecting her with the T-virus. So instead of checking to see if she was infected with the T-virus, like in the last movie that they said the Umbrella team was doing, they decided to inject her with the T-virus. Continuity! And then we see Jill, Peyton, and some reporter girl are in a church, and Jill decides to investigate the church for zombies. This is the last time we'll see anything that looks remotely like the Resident Evil games of going around the places to look remotely competent. And speaking of competence, this is the last time we'll see Jill being competent, as instead of Jill killing some lickers that were in the church, we see that Alice, who rides a motorcycle and breaks through a church window, causes to ramp up and hit the lickers just so she can shoot her with her shotguns and cause the biker to explode and kill them off. Boy, wasn't that cool? Fuck no. And then we see that one of the people that Jill freed, a black guy named LJ, is driving, running over zombies, and and being an annoying comic relief character by saying lines like GTA, motherfucker. He's gonna be a main character, isn't he? And when we cut back to the Jill and group, Alice sees that Peyton is infected and wants to shoot him, but Jill says that should the need arise, she'll do it herself. She won't. And we see that zombies inconveniently rise from the grave. Because remember, the T virus was an airborne virus in this movie, and thus basically everybody would be infected. So there's pretty much no point in trying to stay alive unless there's you can get close to an antivirus because you'll pretty much be infected. Oh, at least that's what it would be the case if these movies had any logic to them. Huh. But anyway, the zombies inconveniently rise from the grave, and Alice takes out most of them. But Jill manages to kill one of them by snapping its neck off. How dare Jill do something when we have Alice? No, seriously. Good job, Jill. You actually did something for once. You should be doing more of that. And then LJ meets the STARS members, and the team gets gunned down by Nemesis, except for Carlos. And that's mainly because they were too stupid to do anything besides stand there and shoot. Because doing something like trying to go from different vantage points and observe Nemesis trying to assess its strengths and weaknesses, and then try to attack it. No, that was too good of an idea. Just stand there and shoot Nemesis with ineffectual bullets. And then we see Dr. Ashford apparently can hack cameras to find people to find his daughter. Doing that instead of actually finding his own damn daughter. And then we see Nemesis attack the group and kills Peyton, while Alice tells everyone to run. And if this wasn't enough, this pretty much proves that Jill isn't the main hero like she was in Resident Evil 3, and has been reduced to cheerleader for Alice, especially when she said the line, "I'm good, but I'm not that good." Wow. That's insulting. That's basically like saying having Goku in a movie, and despite him being the strongest character in the series, or at least the strongest hero in the series, you have this new character with no backstory or whatsoever, and comes up and is shown to be more powerful than Goku, and Goku says, "Oh, I'm powerful, but I'm nothing compared to this guy." I hate this movie. And so Alice tricks Nemesis to thinking that she's dead. Sad that Nemesis didn't actually get to kill her. And we also got to see that Nemesis says STARS. It's kind of depressing that Nemesis is the only character they can write perfectly for this whole movie series. Then we see Carlos and Nikolai, who isn't anything like Nikolai from the games, who was one of the older members of Carlos's group, and betrayed him and the rest of the group in order to get the maximum payment from Umbrella for bargaining. No, instead he's just the younger than Carlos nice guy. Whatever. And apparently they are sent by Dr. Ashford to help find his daughter, instead of Dr. Ashford actually finding his own damn daughter. Then Jill and Reporter Girl meet LJ, and Jill sends Reporter Girl off with a gun, saying that she can't look out for them or whatever. And Reporter Girl suddenly gets eaten by a whole bunch of zombies. Wow, I'm surprised that happened with all that sound training from Jill. But Nikolai ends up saving Jill from a bunch of Cerberus dogs, and gets killed immediately after. Character of Pointless. And then Jill tries to kill the zombies with gas and a lighter, but no, the lighter goes out, so Alice has to do it by using a frickin' cigarette. Great job, Alice. I'm so glad you saved Jill. Let's get this over with. Angela Ashford says that her father created the T-virus to cure her paralysis and has to take an antivirus for the rest of her life to prevent zombification. Wow. This guy tried to cure his daughter with the T-virus by creating it and accidentally made a virus that turns people into the Walking Dead. What a complete dumbass. Oh, and great job, Father of the Year. Your daughter has to take a antivirus for the rest of her life to prevent herself becoming the Walking Dead, when the alternative was your daughter would spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair. Good fucking job. Then Umbrella Boss captures Alice and crew and demands Alice fight Nemesis to see who is the superior T-virus super soldier. Which, if Nemesis loses, Umbrella loses the super soldier they can actually control. Yeah, that's the typical incompetence of Umbrella in these movies. And to further compel Alice, the boss shoots Dr. Ashford instead of Alice's friends, because why not shoot Alice's friends who are just expendable assets to you? Instead, shoot the guy who made the T-virus and the antivirus and could possibly make more for you. Idiots. And so Alice fights Nemesis hand-to-hand combat, which, even though it's been a while since I played the Resident Evil games, I remember that if you tried to fight Nemesis in hand-to-hand, he would whip your ass. But no, Alice is able to fight hand-to-hand on par with Nemesis, and was able to beat Nemesis. She had to get outside help from the Umbrella Boss. It's nice to see the Umbrella Boss is willing to give biased favor and an advantage towards a character, kind of like Screw Attack with how they did with the Kirby versus Majin Buu fight, where Kirby was allowed to absorb people to get power-ups, but not Majin Buu. I hate that fight. But Alice decides that she doesn't want to kill Nemesis, as she realizes it's Matt. The Umbrella Boss says that Alice perfectly bonded with the T-virus and became virtually a god. So if it wasn't apparent before, it is now that Alice is a freaking Mary Sue. Nemesis remembers being mad and turns on Umbrella. LJ KO's Umbrella Boss while making an unfunny one-liner. Alice used the gun trick that was stolen from Claire Redfield to beat the guns. Great job. And Nemesis dodged from a crashing helicopter. And Alice throws the Umbrella Boss out of the copter when Jill was about to do it, because why the hell would Jill do anything in these movies, of course? And Umbrella Boss is killed by zombie Dr. Ashford. Which is odd because Dr. Ashford was shot in the head. What did you get shot by T-virus bullets or something? And Umbrella nukes Raccoon City, and Alice gets KO'd and left behind. Thank you, Christ. And Umbrella covers up the situation in discrediting the words of Jill and Carlos, and they recover Alice for more experimentation. Alice wakes up naked again, and they presume that they erased her memories of the events, but nope, she remembers and escapes their custody, and she even used her psychic powers to kill a security guard who didn't do anything except watch the monitor. Yep, apparently the T-virus in this movie can give you psychic powers. Now, a lot of people said that this was actually the Veronica virus, but no, the movies constantly say that this was the T-virus, which has never been known to give anyone psychic powers. This is basically just a Resident Evil fan fiction. Spectacular. And Jill and Carlos rescue her, which is by dressing up as Umbrella higher-ups, which is kind of odd that they can do that when their faces have been shown on TV. Yeah. But Alice apparently appears to be under the control of Umbrella secretly, but that's not important right now. And she goes off with Carlos, Jill, LJ, and Angela Ashford, and that's where the movie ends. Ugh. So let's recap here. Apocalypse proved that the first game never happened in this movie's universe, destroyed the third game's story, and butchered Jill's character. You'd think that it couldn't get any worse from here on out. Oh boy, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. And I'm gonna prove that shortly after I do my notes for my review of Resident Evil Extinction. But first I gotta go take care of a few things. Shave. Yeah. I'll catch you guys later.